Hello and welcome to Prudent IS, one-stop solution for all the competitive exams. We are back again with another interesting video. Today the topic will be from General Studies, Paper 3, Science and Technology section. Like our previous videos, our approach will be the same. We'll take up one topic, do some discussion over the content of that topic in a holistic manner. Then we'll phrase a sample model question as well as a sample model answer for you, where we'll be telling you the do's and don'ts in the structure of the answer. So most of you must be aware which question we are going to tackle today, but all those who have not joined our Telegram group Answer Writing by Prudent IS, do join it today, because there we send these questions a day prior. How it helps you? It helps you as you can send us your answers, and there you can do some peer-to-peer interaction as well as you can access others' answer. Also, we will be picking up one answer daily and do the evaluation, of course, at no cost. So without wasting time, let's come to today's topic. Topic for the day is the role of AI in transforming India's economy. Everywhere, wherever you are looking, gossiping, the hot topic is artificial intelligence, right? So what is AI? जिसने इतना बवाल मचा रखा है. Artificial intelligence is developing some computer systems which can do those tasks that require human reasoning, human learning or human sensing. This means that ऐसे कुछ भी काम जो सिर्फ humans अब तक कर सकते थे, अपने reason को, learning को use करते हुए, अब वो काम computer systems कर रहे हैं using AI. So AI uses deep learning, machine learning, a hell lot of algorithms which make the task easier. So with this, India aims to build a $1 trillion digital economy by 2028. So India is also stepping in this world of AI globally, and it's predicted that we'll be a $1 trillion digital economy by 2028. Such key facts which I point out while teaching can be written in the answer. AI applications are revolutionizing key sectors nationwide. The country is positioning itself as a global leader in AI innovation. So another field, another career these days is AI. What all are the transformative impacts of AI on key sectors? So this is the role of AI. Impact means all the terms. If these are in the question, you are going to write about role, impact. These are all the sections. So we'll be covering all the dimensions and telling you that you need to explain, as well as we'll be giving you some examples. You need to add on and build your answer on these lines. So let's begin. Major industries across India are already getting revolutionized. How? Let's look at agriculture. AI powered precision farming techniques. You have already learned about it, I guess, in Science and Tech. It optimizes irrigation, monitors crop health and improves harvest timing. So what is precision farming? AI driven analytics predict weather patterns, soil health and pest infestations. So पहले अब तक ये सारे काम कौन करता था? Usually humans used to do, right? But now, thanks to AI, precision farming is done by AI. The example of this is ICR's AI-powered Krishi Vigyan Kendra. It's already using the AI technology for precision farming. Next up, automated irrigation. Smart sensors optimize water usage, reducing wastage. So today the content is mainly ratification wala kaam, right? But if you will understand it, you will develop a whole story around it that okay, in agriculture, these all sectors, AI is being used and it will be easy for you to understand. So today I'll be focusing more on the content part, right? So automated irrigation, smart sensors are optimizing the water usage. Water wastage so is tremendously going on. So I hope AI will reduce it. Supply chain efficiency. AI powered market forecasting helps farmers get better prices. Now what helps is AI will do the research analysis of all the market, that okay, these are the mandis, these are the target buyers, and it will bring it all together, create a platform and help farmers in supply chain efficiency. In healthcare is using AI in abundance. So AI algorithms detect diseases earlier than traditional methods, which is a very good sign, right? Expand healthcare access to rural communities. So AI is detecting the diseases way better than all our traditional methods. Diagnostics and early detection. So AI, what can it do? It can detect diseases like cancer, tuberculosis, and diabetic retinopathy. For example, Google's AI for retinal screening. So our eyes, iris, everywhere, everyone is saying, don't send your pictures to this AI trend because it will use your facial features. So well, Google's AI is already using retinal screening in telemedicine and AI chat box. AI is bridging the healthcare gaps in rural areas. For example, the Apollo Hospital's AI-powered diagnostic system. So where the infrastructure cannot go, AI can, right? If there is some digital infrastructure, then AI can help in accessing and discovering all the diseases. Drug discovery and genomics. AI accelerates vaccine development as seen during COVID-19. So in COVID-19, AI was helping in developing a lot of vaccine. Next up is manufacturing. Automated systems boost production efficiency while preventive maintenance reduces costly breakdowns. Of course, a work which a human being will do and AI will do, there will be a lot more efficiency in AI's work. So, smart automation, AI-powered robots improve production, like Tata Steel's AI-based predictive maintenance. Also, if you are up to date with the news, you can add the recent examples as well. For example, I think in China or Japan, they are building a device which can be installed in all the showrooms and all the public places. And what will it do? It will be the firefighter. So there will be a drone or a camera like device which will be in the ceiling. And if there is any fire, it will just recognize it, target it, and it will get rid of it. So another firefighter is AI. Coming up next is predictive maintenance, reduces downtime in factories, ensuring cost effectiveness. Of course, no human laziness. AI will work efficiently. Quality control. AI ensures defect detection, enhancing production standards. So in all these large companies, AI will help in defect detection. If there is any defect in the product, AI will help in recognizing that. So these are all major sectors. There are subsectors. What is important here is the examples. You must be aware about the examples across all the fields. Coming up next, I'm giving you a brief about major sections. Education, another important section. Personalized learning platforms adapt to student needs while AI tutors are providing continuous support. So what is happening nowadays? Even the institutes, a lot of institutes are now using AI. How are they using it? Let's see. Personalized learning, AI-driven adaptive learning platforms where students can ask questions and learn from AI, like the Diksha platform. Automated grading, teachers are using it. How they are using it? Automated grading say it reduces the administrative workload for teachers because you will upload the copies and AI will check it. Bridging the language barriers. This is very important because there are a lot of languages in India. So AI translation tools enable multilingual education, like Google's AI-powered translation services. So if you are opening a Google web page or any page and you are not able to understand it, you can just click on translate and choose the language, whichever language you want, and the page will get translated immediately just with a click. So of course AI is helping us a lot. Governance and public policy. Yes, here also AI can help. How? Let's see. Smart policing. AI-based facial recognition and crime prediction tools enhance law enforcement. So the example of this is Telangana Police. It is using AI-driven surveillance. So it can easily recognize the criminal's face and predict crime as well. Digital governance. AI-driven chatbots assist in grievance redressal, like the Umang app, or AI-powered tax compliance by CBDT. So all these examples, the real-life examples, are a must. In disaster management, AI is helping in early warning systems for cyclones, floods, and earthquakes. For example, Indian Meteorological Department's AI-powered weather forecasting system. So all the industries, all the sectors are already using AI. So you also need to be up to date with all the technologies being used. Financial sector and fintech, another very important section. Fraud detection, AI detects unusual financial transactions, like RBI is using AI in fraud monitoring system. Next up, personalized banking and credit assessment. So AI is assessing and doing credit scoring for financial inclusion. Paytm, Zest Money, they are already using AI for credit lending. They will keep a check on all the transactions and let you know if the credit score is worth of giving more credit or not. Automate algorithmic trading. AI enhances decision making in stock markets. So again, another section where AI is helping us. Next up, we have transportation and urban development. So AI, just one topic, and we have already covered so many sides, right? So you have a very good content from which you can write a very good answer. Next, how is AI technology transforming how we move and build our cities? Let's check. Smart traffic management. AI reduces congestion in cities. How? In Bangalore, AI-based traffic control system is already being used. Autonomous vehicles already in use. Though in the early stages, AI can revolutionize the public transports. So AI-driven cars, driverless cars, this is what this is all about. AI in railways and aviation. How is it helping? In predictive maintenance and AI-driven scheduling. Optimize operations. Indian Railways is already using AI-based train schedules. So every coin has two sides. These all were the pros, the benefits. Now coming to the next side, which is the challenges. So challenges in AI adoption in India. This is more important because these are the challenges which will be coming in the upcoming future, and you all will be required to suggest the measures, how to help them. We'll be looking at the measures as well. First, let's discuss the challenges in AI adoption. First up is data privacy and security concerns. Most important one, most talked about, India lacks a robust data protection framework. AI systems require large data sets, leading to concerns over misuse and surveillance. So when we use any AI app, any AI technology, then we tend to give a lot of information to that AI to get our desired output. And what this is doing, wherever this information is going, we don't know, right? It can even be misused. So it's very important for keeping a check on the privacy issues. How can you do that? Fixing all the ethical and bias issues. So first, the privacy security concerns. Next, ethical and bias issues are already seen. For example, AI algorithms may reflect societal biases. If you are asking a certain question, then AI can reflect certain societal biases and give a biased answer as well, because it is not using that proper human reasoning. In the end, it is a machine. So the algorithm might provide a biased answer, which can lead to discrimination and social unrest as well. The lack of transparency in decision making raises ethical concerns. Privacy and ethical concerns are the two most important challenges in the AI technology. Another, skill gap and workforce displacement. So, are reaping demographic dividend. If AI will replace all the jobs, then what is the youth going to do? Shortage of AI professionals. This is the first section, that is a skill gap. So most of the students are not even aware how this technology is working. Even the professionals, there are no such professionals in India. So this is leading to a skill gap. The demand is more, but we do not have the required skill. Automation may lead to job losses, as already mentioned. In the traditional industries, it's already creating a job loss. Jobs are getting replaced by the machines, by robots. Infrastructure and computational limitations. High computing power and AI-specific hardware are extremely costly. Limited access to high-speed internet in rural India. So those who have money, they can get access easily. but where there is digital divide, AI cannot be accessed. Dependence on foreign AI technologies. Since we do not have a lot of indigenous technologies right now, so India is relying on the AI tools and cloud computing from the global tech giants like Google, Microsoft, IBM. Lack of indigenous AI innovation affects the national security. Again, these all are interlinked. There is lack of indigenous AI innovation, therefore we are using these giants, sending them our data, which is creating the privacy and ethical concerns. Skill gap, all these challenges are comprehensively covered. I hope you have a better picture in mind right now about AI challenges. Now, with challenges, there are always going to be certain measures. How we are going to tackle these? So, strategies for harnessing AI for inclusive growth. First up, strengthening the AI ecosystem. So, on the lines on which we have already studied the challenges, we'll be studying the measures as well, tackling each one by one. So, implement the India's national AI strategy, that is focusing on healthcare, agriculture, education, smart city, governance, all the industries. We need to strengthen our ecosystem. We need to establish AI research hubs in collaboration with all the IIT, IISCs as well as private firms. If we'll build a strengthened ecosystem, then we can come to robust legal and ethical framework. We need to enforce the Digital Personal Data Protection Act 2023 to safeguard privacy, as well as we need to develop ethical AI principles aligned with the global standard. There needs to be certain principles which the AI too follows. Skilling and upskilling workforce, because we had already studied about the skill gap. So what we need to do is introduce the AI related courses in schools and in universities under NEP 2020, which has already emphasized the AI education. So we need to implement it in a more progressive way. Government initiatives like Skill India and Future Skill must expand AI training. It's very important to bridge these skill gap. Otherwise, it will lead to a lot of job loss. Strengthening the AI and cyber security. We need to invest in indigenous supercomputing and AI chip manufacturing. It is very important to develop indigenous technologies. Otherwise, we'll be relying on the tech giants only. Develop AI-driven cybersecurity solutions to prevent cyber threats. Again, infrastructure investment, a crucial component. Build homegrown semiconductor capabilities. Semiconductor is always in the news, right? Develop high-performance computing centers, expand reliable cloud in infrastructure nationwide. So these are easy points. That's why I'm just reading it out so you can get a better picture while discussing the answer. So promoting the indigenous AI development, we need to build the infrastructure, train students, promote it, incentivize these startups, MSMEs, so that they can develop AI-based solutions under Startup India and Atmanirbhar Bharat. Again, we are using ample examples here as well. Increase the funding for AI research and innovation through schemes like MeitY's AI Mission. So these are all the strategies to harness. They are very easy, but you need to write it in a proper manner to cover all the sections: ecosystem, ethical framework, the skill training, infrastructural part, investment part, incentivizing part. Next up, now this is the main part of our lecture, the model question for the day. Discuss the role of artificial intelligence in transforming various sectors of the Indian economy. What are the associated challenges? This is a 15-mark question. That means a long answer to 50 marks. The keyword here is discuss. That means we need to address all sides of the issues of this transforming the various sector. We'll be writing all the key sectors and giving in brief explanation as well. Then this question has two dimensions. The first one is this part, the role of AI, and the second is the challenges. So we'll be writing about the challenges as well. Now, what I expect you to do here is just pause the video, contemplate over this question and write an answer yourself. So how this will help you when we'll be doing the further discussion about the sample answer, you can do self-evaluation or you can send us your answer in our Telegram group, Answer Writing by Prudent IAS, for further evaluation. Now let's come to the model answer. As I always point out, Now I think you all must know this very well. We'll start with introduction because every answer must have intro, body and conclusion, the basic structure of the answer. So AI is revolutionizing multiple sectors by enhancing efficiency, decision making and automation. In India, AI has the potential to boost economic growth, improve governance and address societal challenges. So we have given the significance. We have started on a very positive and balanced note. These 2 lines are sufficient for the 15 marker answer. If this was a 10 marker answer, only first line would suffice. Next up, this is the body of the answer. How we'll start the body of the answer? By giving a major heading, role of AI in transforming the various sectors. Now this heading needs to be in question language. That means it must address the demand, right? Also it needs to be self-explanatory. Now what does this mean? I'll explain it to you. Role of AI. Now what you can do is just write AI and start, role of AI and then start. No, make it self-explanatory. Role of AI in transforming various sectors. Now this was what was asked in the question. So we have taken this heading from the question language itself. It is clearly showing that you have addressed the correct demand. You have recognized that, okay, this is the demand of the question. This is an easy one for today, but I'll be focusing on the structural part more. Using subheading, agriculture, next up healthcare, and then manufacturing and AI, industry 4.0. So what you are going to do? Major heading, use subheadings, use alphanumeric digits. What are the alphanumeric digits? 1, 2, 3 or A, B, C. Number your points so they are visible clearly. Under agriculture, we have already discussed a lot of topic. So concise it. Either you can choose some sections of the economy, some industries and write down more points, or you can do is cover more dimensions and write single point. So here what we have done, we have covered various sectors, like we'll be covering 4 to 5 sectors and writing one single point under this one. So this will show the in-depth analysis. So AI driven analytics are predicting the weather patterns, soil health, pest infestations. We have already discussed it in the content part. I'm just reading it out here. Example is most important. Smart sensors optimize water usage, reducing wastage. Krishi Vigyan Kendra, we have already discussed. Detect the diseases like cancer, tuberculosis, like Google's AI for retinal screening. Robots are already improving the production efficiency, like Tata Steel's AI-based predictive maintenance. So we have covered almost 3 dimensions here, given 1 point under each. Next, we'll be covering some more dimensions: governance and public policy, financial sector and fintech, and education. So we are almost covering all the sections and keeping it concise so that it falls in the word limit only. Therefore, we are writing just 1 point under it. If while writing the answer, you have forgotten some of the dimensions. So what you can do is, for example, if you recall only 1 or 2 dimensions or maybe 3 dimensions. So what you can do, write the heading and give in-depth explanation to fulfill the word limit. So you can write more points under these dimensions, but it would be much better, fetch you more marks if you will write all the dimensions. AI-based facial recognition and crime prediction tools enhance law enforcement. Example is very, very important. This is going to fetch you more marks. AI detects unusual financial transactions under fintech. RBI's AI-driven fraud monitoring system. In education, it's helping in multilingual translation education, AI-powered translation services. So this is how the first dimension is addressed. We have covered a lot of dimensions, a lot of sectors, and given each point along with example. Next, the second part is challenges in AI adoption in India. Again, self-explanatory heading. heading needs to be either in block letter, or if you are choosing to write in small letters, then you need to underline it or draw a box over it, just highlight it, make sure it is visible, right? Leave proper space. So today I'll be telling you some structural inputs as well after this answer. Let's look at the challenges first. Data privacy and security concerns, ethical biases, skill gap, workforce displacement, shortage of AI professionals, infrastructure and computational limitations. All these dimensions are covered. We are giving just one brief explanation so that we do not breach the word limit. In 15-mark answer, suppose you have 2 dimensions. You will address first dimensions and write 1, 2, 3, 4 points are fine. The more you will cover, the better it will be, but 4 points you need to write. In second dimension as well. In 10-mark answer, you can write 1, 2 and 1, 2. 2 points will suffice if it has 2 dimensions. But in 15-mark, at least 4 dimensions, so that your in-depth analysis and in-depth knowledge is shown. So under it, what we have written: India lacks a robust data protection framework. AI algorithms may reflect the societal biases. Shortage of AI professionals. Automation may lead to job losses. High computing power and AI specific hardware are extremely costly. And then the question of high speed internet. Now, the last part is conclusion. So AI can drive India's transformation, but ethical development, legal frameworks and digital literacy are crucial. With the right policies and investments, India can become a global AI hub for sustainable, inclusive growth. To the conclusion, how we have summed up the answer. First, on a positive note, we have started that okay, AI has the potential to transform the various sectors. That's true. That is, we have addressed the first dimension, the role. But at the same time, the second part also is being summed up, that but. So what are the famous words? But or however, right? We'll write the positive one, then we'll write however. Yeah, but ethical development, and these are the challenges are crucial. So how we need to tackle it, we'll be giving a balanced approach to tackle it. With the right policies and investments, India can definitely become a global AI hub and also be sustainable and inclusive at the same time. So the conclusion is, summing up the answer, it is not one-sided, it is completely balanced. It is in the end giving positive, it is ending on a positive note. So these 3 points you need to keep in mind while writing the conclusion. The answer and the content was simple. There was no room for explanation. What I'll be telling you today is what are all the parameters on which an answer is evaluated. So for parameters for evaluation, right? First up is the most important one, structure. That is, you are using flowcharts, you are using bullets or heading, subheading, whatever flow structure you are using. Then presentation. The answer needs to be neat. When you are writing the answer, what you need to do is leave proper space between 2 lines so that there is no congestion. The presentation looks neat. The presentation aspect also involves your handwriting. Only a good handwriting will make the presentation neat. I always focus on good handwriting. So this doesn't mean that you need to be a calligraphic pura, nahi, just legible and neat words. Right, using proper spacing, the presentation will automatically get neat. Then use of diagrams or map work wherever necessary. So if it is a geography question, specifically geography, I'm pointing it out, wherever possible, draw diagrams, draw map work. How you are going to draw it? This is your sheet. You are writing the content, draw a square, and here you can draw the map work or diagram, whatever is the requirement of the answer. Wherever possible, for example, drainage patterns or some location based question, about the boundaries or any such topic, you need to draw diagrams. Next up, language proficiency. Now, all of you will be choosing, I guess, English medium by your own choice, by your own will. So if you have already chosen English, I am not expecting you to write complex answers using complex terms, jargons, and very typical terminologies. No, just use simple language. But what you need to do is, if you are writing economy answer, then use its specific key terminology. Same goes for polity, geography, environment. Every subject has its own terminology, which I always point out while teaching the answers and the content. So you need to mention, for example, here what were the key terms? The ethical development, legal framework, digital literacy, and global AI hub, inclusive growth. You need to mention these points, right? This will definitely help you in fetching more marks. Also, you cannot avoid grammar completely, because if you have understood the concept, you have the meanings right in your mind, how are you going to write it in your exam? Use of proper grammar, proper language is a must to convey the meanings clearly. So you need to work on language. If you have issues in addressing any of these parameters, you are free to ask about these in the comment section. Our team will be addressing each of the issue of each student soon. Next, these were the major 4 parameters: structure, presentation, diagrams, language, and the overall one is your content. You must have good hold on content, because if you will understand the answer, you will address the demand, then you must have certain content, which I believe if you thoroughly read the books, if you read newspapers, you will have good knowledge. If you will even watch our videos, you will be getting ample content on each topic. So you can prepare it likewise and focus on these parameters. So while evaluating, what I used to do, the 15 marks are already divided. For example, there's 1.25 marks for the introduction part, 1.25 for the conclusion part, and likewise the marks are divided. So each part holds a crucial importance. So you need to keep these parameters in mind. I'll be discussing about more parameters in the upcoming videos. So this is it for today. I hope you liked the lecture, as well as you have now ample language about AI. Thanks for watching our video, as well as do join our Telegram group, Answer Writing by Prudent IAS. The link of this Telegram group will be given in the description box below. Thank you.